be able to tell? How will you know if they got better?
Well, obviously we'll chart everything. There's two parts to it. One is statistics, and then the other part is just a coach's feel or instincts of how tough are you, how together are you, body language, you know, those type of things that don't show up on a stat sheet. But you know, there's going to be a lot of indicators in that deal. We'll grade out the film, especially on the defensive end, and we'll grade our transition defense and post defense, and you know, ability to keep the ball in front, our positioning on defense, and we'll grade out all those things and evaluate where we're at and try to get better from there.
Do you have any expectation about how they'll perform or how they'll grade out?
No, I mean, it's still early. You know, we're in kind of that learning curve. Is, you know, everything's new, offense is new, defense is new. It's like having 14 freshmen. You know, other than the fact we've got some older guys that are experienced in terms of playing in college basketball, but the system itself, offense and defense, is new, and they've done a great job of picking it up so far. And biggest thing I expect on Monday is that we compete our tails off. I mean, that's the biggest thing. That and that we play together. You know, those two things, and we'll work on technique and getting better at what we need to get better at in the next cycle of days.
Who are you going to match up against one another? What are you going to experiment?
We're going to toy around with it. We'll have 3 to 4 8-minute scrimmages, and we'll change the lineups in all of those. That way I've got guys playing with different lineups, playing with different people. I think that's important, that we get a feel for what groups play well together, and who plays you know, who plays well with one another. I think that's important. The only way you do that is by adjusting the lineup, and we'll do that throughout the 3 to 4 scrimmages.
Preseason rankings came out today. How do you feel about them?
Didn't even know they came out today. I can't control that. I don't, you know, every once in a while I'll see something on Twitter, or, you know, somebody will tell me something. I know that the coaches poll came out, and I heard one of the guys talking about 3 of 5 teams being from the Big Ten. So, but I don't get caught up in all that. I can't control that.
When you grade out numbers, what kind of stats do you look at practice and take back to the office and look for?
Well, there's team stats, and then there's individual stats. You know, every player will be evaluated on transition D and post D and ball screen D and guarding their yard and positioning and jumping to the ball, and that's specific to all of them. You know, they all have to do those things, and then there's obviously team stats that we look at, but you know, all those things go into, you know, us grading out our performance, both as a team and then for each guy individually as well.
How nice is it to be in season finally? How nice is it to be back in the
great. You know, this is a great time of year. Coaches love the first 2 weeks of practice. You know, these guys are, you know, they're probably ready to start hitting people other than themselves. But I love the first 2 weeks. I think it's this is as important a time as any in the entire basketball season. You start to develop your identity. You start to, in this case, with a new team, you know, you're teaching offense and defense. Like I said, it's as if you've got, from a system standpoint, it's as if you're coaching 14 freshmen. You know, this is all new to them. So, in terms of our style of play. So, you know, that part's exciting.
Any matchups in particular that you'd like to see guys playing against each other to see how they do each other?
Nah, we don't look at it that way. I mean, I'm grading out those guys. You know, for example, take Brandon Paul. I'm going to grade him out in all 3 8-minute scrimmages or 4, whatever it is we end up playing, and I'm going to see how effective he is in all those areas, many of which I've already alluded to. It's not about one guy versus another guy in the scrimmage. It's about, you know, team.